Okay, this house is 170 years old, built in 1842. Even before I got here, there was an awful lot of stuff going on as far as wirage goes. And it used to be easy to reach a point where you're not exactly sure what's hot and what's not, what goes where. It gets pretty hard to follow wiring. So what I'm trying to do as I work up in here is not cover up any of this wirage, but leave it out in the open so that I can at least see it. So if I ever have to trace down a wire or something, then I won't, have to rip out the insulation to do it. So I'm trying to hang this up in such a way that, I don't staple through the wiring. I don't cover up the wiring and kind of keep it where it's visible. And up in here it's going to be a little bit of a challenge because that wirage is stapled to the floor. So I'm going to unstaple that. Oh, that was easy enough. I'm going to run my insulation over the top of that, which I got hanging here behind me, and out to the wall, let a little bit hang down. That way all my wirage will still be visible. That's the plan. By the way, the guy that just came in the oil truck, or the propane truck, was an old friend of mine. I used to go to church with him. He's an awful nice guy. He used to work for a company. He used to be a guy in church that owned a company that provided oxygen for people that needed it to breathe, like medical oxygen. I think that outfit went out of business, which is too bad. Yeah, that fellow that owned that company went to church with us too. You know how the economy is and things are. Businesses come, businesses go. It's too bad in a way, but it is what happens. So anyway, this particular guy, his wife died. And that's too bad too, because she's an awful nice little lady. And she just had a stroke or an aneurysm one day, and I think she survived on after that for a while, but then eventually did keel over. And of course, shortly after that, that outfit went out of business that he was working for. And I'd run into him from time to time, and about every time I did, he'd be working a different job. He's doing construction, helping to build a hardware store for another guy that I used to go to church with for a while. Anyway, he drove up in the truck today, and he's actually driving now for the same company that I drove for 15 years ago, which is pretty cool. He said he'd been there about 3 months, and he's loving it. I liked working for them too, about up to the point where they fired me. That's what happens with me, is about time somebody figures out what kind of fella I am, they get rid of me because they think, dang, did we hire him? What are we thinking? So, anyway, he's got a good job now, so I'm glad of that. I guess I'll turn the camera off because y'all can't see me because I'm going in behind. I'm going in, cover me. I'm going in behind, maybe if I put the camera there, you can almost see. You're propped up on this old dry up here. It's not a very safe spot. If I was y'all, I'd take cover. Okay, going in, cover me. Make sure my weapon is loaded. Woohoo! I know y'all wish y'all was in here doing this yourself because you're missing all the fun. But since you ain't here, like I said before, I'll just keep at it. Wee doggies. That's what I said. I said, wee doggies. Let's see if I can get a staple up into that. Right there. I often have to stop and check for wirage before I drive a staple, because you never know when you might staple up something you don't want to staple up if you ain't careful. Just saying. Wee doggies. Did I say that? Yeah, I said that. Wee doggies. Okay. I'll stretch that up over that piece of wirage right there, and I can get a staple right in here. Maybe. Wee doggies. Don't I like it when my stapler works? Yes, I do. Okay.